It is Wednesday, the 25th of November, and it is time to get on the Transalp from Honda. Now, I've obviously been riding the V Strom for the last few days, and I rode this back from Vinny the other day. It's a brilliant little bike. You can see a comparison to the Suzuki. Immediately, having just kind of like sat on this and manoeuvred it around, had a very brief ride, it feels a lot more smaller and nimbler than the Suzuki. Not that the Suzuki feels like some sort of big beast, obviously it doesn't. But it does give that impression, which is interesting because it's obviously got the larger engine. It's got the 700cc twin in there. It's not quite a 90-degree twin like the Suzuki, but it's got heated grips. It's got like a massive fuel tank. It's obviously got the all-weather tyres, set up for enduro rider. It's got the ability to have back box, side boxes, everything on. So in other words, it's pretty much every aspect the same as the V Strom. But today I'm going to find out what it's like to ride, which is the most important thing if you ask me. So what I'll do, I'm going to get on this, get some footage on the onboard camera, and we'll see exactly how it handles. Let's go. Right, let's do this, man. That's the sun. Oh. Okay, first impression, it feels more sprightly, more nimble. The engine sounds a little bit more industrial, but it's got a little bit more torque. I like it. As you can see, made it in one piece, and nice and easily actually. Straight away, first impressions are, it does feel a little bit more nimble, a little bit lighter, a little bit more perky, more sprightly. Its engine is weird because it sounds almost more tinny and industrial, but actually you get the impression it's a little bit quicker than the V Strom. Whether it is or not, I don't know. It's got a completely different setup of dials and stuff with the V Strom. Had like the two kind of the rev counter, the speed and everything. It's just got your rev counter and then one electronic lamp that pretty much tells you everything you need to know. It's quite basic, but I quite like it. Yeah, a lot of fun coming in. It was good. Obviously, just a brief ride this morning, so you can't sit there and tell you everything about the bike. But first thing you notice is riding it is obviously the gearbox is different. It's got that BMW style where when you get into first, it still lets you kind of kick, but there's no resistance, if you know what I mean, which is kind of weird. It takes a bit to get used to, because I'm used to kind of like, stamping down until you feel that kind of bottom part, and you're like, oh, that's first, right, cool. But it's just as good because obviously you just keep stamping until you get there. But yeah, no, it's put a big smile on my face. It was really nice to ride this morning. I'm going to go into work now, do a show, and then let you know what it's like later. Sweet. Okay, cool. Ta-da! So, show done and dusted for another day. I actually found something really cool in the Crane Park. That's what I used to say as a kid, car park. I wanted to show you. I just walked out the back door, and this thing, I can't remember saying this, I think looks really cool. Let's have a look. It's a Fuoco. Look at that. I just thought that looked really mean when I came out. I was like, what is that? It looks like some sort of battleship on wheels, and it's obviously like a new kind of scooter with two wheels at the front. Still got the kind of handlebars. Yeah. That's a nice piece of kit. I shall find out who owns it and let you know. Honestly, it's a scooter, so I'm not exactly comparing it to an R1, but it just looks a bit mean. It's quite cool. Anyway, let's get back onto this. The lovely Transalp that I have literally got on today. I am mostly going to be riding this now to my good friend Johnny Dooms to get some late lunch and just generally listen to some tunes and stuff like that. And we'll get some onboard footage, and then I shall let you know how it goes later. Listen to me the onboard footage because I'll be doing little review pieces as I go, as we stop at light cinches. Cool, wicked. Ride safe. I like the layout on the tools. The dials are very simple, but nice. This does it a little bit better. BMW style gearbox, so it doesn't let you know when you're actually there she is, home safe and sound, the Honda Transalp 700. It's got to be said, I've had a lot of fun on her today. It's interesting riding her after the V Strom, and in fact definitely two distinct, very different bikes coming out. This one I'd say is more motocrossy, more sporty, more lithe, more of a handful, it's a bit of a lot, kind of, you got to be more switched on to ride it. This is more of the kind of sportier version, and that's more of a tourer. Both do their jobs very well, but in a slightly different way. That one, it feels a bit more relaxed on you, feel like you're kind of in a big, as I mentioned, Land Rover riding around, and this one it's more like a case of your almost a motocross bike, and it's not that much quicker. There is, but the engine wants to be revved a little bit more. It just feels a little bit more taut, more responsive, a little bit tighter in the corners. So yeah, it's interesting. They kind of like have set up a little bit more that way. It is smaller and lighter, and that one is more of a kind of comfortable tourer. And it's interesting to ride because like it was a little bit in the wet, see more of a handful. Had to be switched on. But it does want to be ridden quite hard, which is quite nice to have an engine that's really responsive. The engine braking on it as well, oh my goodness, you've got to be careful on that. The flywheel doesn't spin very freely or whatever, because when you do let it out, say in first gear coming up to a roundabout or something, you really feel that back suddenly kick in, and it's like, whoa, that was a bit too much, especially after riding some of the bigger sports bikes. But no, it's good, I like it. It's put a big smile on my face, and yeah, it's been a good first day on the Honda Transalp. Get in.